day situation in this burning situation. As COVID-19 is also so important. As important as that is work from home. You might have seen from IT field or any other sector, including educational sector, these mobiles are becoming mandatory. If I say that, I don't think it is wrong. So because of which we just could find one speaker to speak on how to secure our mobiles, our data, without getting hacked or getting misused by any other people as such. Now the problems which are going on between India and China, where the China people are hacking most of our data, and they are trying to backstabbing and threatening. So with this small introduction, I may not be that good in speaking so much about these mobiles and mobile securities, because technicians are there and experts are there in this field. So I would like to hand over the session to the speaker, Mrs. Navya Reddy. Over to Navya Reddy.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It was a very warm gesture, and it's my honor to be speaking to all of you regarding mobile security. To give a small introduction on myself, I am Navya Reddy. I'm working as a senior development test engineer at Mobile Premier League. I mostly work on something related to fraud security for my games and for my mobile application. So I thought maybe I can give a better idea on to how we work and how we categorize, how we financialize on what exactly is fraud security like and what we ideally do. So quickly moving on to the slides, as we are in crunch of time, it's just not a session. I'll be presenting my screen now.
Hello. Yeah. Hello. Please say that. No saying.
I hope all of you can see my screen. Is my screen visible? Can you confirm, please?
Yeah, ma'am, sure. We can't see any screen.
You're not able to see my screen? Now?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Now it is good. Still not visible?
Now it's visible. Now it is visible.
Fine. Okay. Oh, just not aware. It's not visible now?
It's visible, ma'am.
Cool. Okay, great then. So yeah, our topic for today is mobile security. We're mostly gonna talk somewhere around like what are the possible threats and what exactly is mobile security all about. Should we really worry much about it, or should we ideally not worry about it? So moving on, the agenda for today is firstly we will be talking. I'll give you a small introduction related to what mobile security is like and what are the security issues, what are the possible threats, and how do we stay safe about it. So this is the whole agenda for the session today, and I'll walk you through on each of them, personally giving you all the possible details that I am aware of. So talking about introduction, just to give a book definition of what mobile security is, to be talking on a layman term itself, security comes into a picture wherein you have to safeguard the data, any possible data that related to probably that could be your bank details, that could be your personal details, even your fingerprints, even every smallest of the details or your photos, everything that you've shared or you've stored on your personal devices, having a complete security, meaning only you having access or the persons whom you've granted access having an authority to view it or to have a handover on it is basically mobile security about. So we will be talking about two very important and a very big threats that are ideally on the technical field right now, which are really running on the market, which is malware and spyware. I'll briefly give a liner on what malware and spyware means. Like, malware ideally means whenever your system is being affected, that would be affected due to some external reasons. Ideally meaning, now let's say you got an email from somebody, somebody whom you're really familiar with, but when you open the mail, you see some grammatical errors or you see some links that is asking you to click on it. Now these look exactly like the legit mails, but they ideally not from the people that you were expecting it from. So that is somewhere coming up to a malware. Now, when I talk about spyware is a kind of malware again, but the only difference is spyware needs a medium to enter into your system, like an external medium, let's say a hard disk or a pen drive. Anything of that sorts are needed for a spyware to enter into your system. We will talk more in detail about what these looks like. This is just onto the introduction part of it. Talking about the security issues, there are different categories in which we can differentiate how security can be really a concern. Now, firstly, talking about application-based threats. Now, let's say somebody comes down to you, or let's say me, myself, having been working on a gaming company, I might promote my app telling there's an app called Mobile Premier League. Please to install, download it from the website or install it from the Play Store, have a walkthrough on it and give a feedback. As me being a trustable person, you might believe on my terms, go down to a Play Store, download my app. Now, when you actually go down to Play Store, there are multiple other apps that actually looks like Mobile Premier League. There can be one other app with just same icon, with the same texture, with the same details, which actually looks like Mobile Premier League, which is not though. So all of these things are something called application-based threats. Now, what happens if you install that not legit application, which you thought it is? It installs it on the functionality basis also, it still looks like as if you are using the actual MPL app, but what ideally happens in the background is it is secretly downloading a malware software onto your phone. Now, what happens when a malware software is downloaded onto your phone? A hacker let's say I'm a hacker, for a person like me, it's very easy and it's completely exposed on whatever saved data that you have on your phone. Given it is in a hidden folder or an archived folder, I have a complete access to every single corner of your phone and it's completely hacked. So that is what means by application-based threats. Now, what are called web-based threats? So there are certain website links that might be sent to you. There are some websites links that are sent over an email, wherein asking you to have a look at. Or let's say you're just browsing through some article and there's a website link that pops up as an advertisement. So are prompting you to tap on it and land onto the website. Now, ideally, you might think it is an advertisement campaign and you just tap on it and you land onto a website. But what happens after that? So when you tap on that website, ideally the same process happens. You land onto the website, you're scrolling through the website, but on the back end, all the malwares that need to be installed onto your device so I can hack through will be installed. Now, network-based threats. I think most of us are familiar. Like having this been Corona times, we're not going out. But let's say we were going out, we generally go out to malls, cafes. We go out to pubs. We keep hanging out in different places. So whenever we go on to different places, we always see this like is there an availability of free Wi-Fi? Now let's say even if you're not going out, Ola and Uber also have come up with using of Ola Wi-Fi or Uber Wi-Fi whenever you are on a travel.